Okay, 28, here we go. So, take the derivative of both sides. So, I think you can do it in your head. Hands up. What would be the derivative of the left? Hands up. Come on. Think with me. Don't just walk. What's the derivative of the left side? Let's go, Sarah. How many degree? 4? 2 points. Okay, this one, look, I'm going to write out a little more on this step just to make sure no one gets lost. I'm going to use the add subtract property. So I'm taking the derivative of this. Subtract the derivative of this. You can. So you could say plus the derivative of negative 4y cubed. That would be just as valid. Why did the pen stop working? That's exciting. There we go. Okay, anybody need me to talk more about that? Make sure our sound's still working. Yeah. Okay, so left side is 4. Okay, look closely here and just ask me if you need me to say it differently. There's a negative 3 multiplying constant. And there's an x squared, then there's a y. So I could use the multiplying constant rule first, then the product rule. You need me to repeat that. Okay, that's one way. However, it's just as fast and easy to say, let's just think of this as f and this as g, and use the product rule. So I write down f, which is y, multiplied by derivative of g. Plus, other way around. So I write down negative 3x squared multiplied by derivative of y. Anyone need me to go through that again? Just wait. So, are you okay that the red is what I'm thinking as being f, and the blue as g? So the product rule says, write down g, that's the blue one, then multiply by ddx of the red.
So I just didn't realize what rule you were using.
Oh, no worries.
Now I got it.
You're good now.
Yeah.
2 points. And then just the opposite. So finish the color coding here. Question? Cool. This one here, so we have minus. Please raise your hand if you can do this one in your head. Show me your hand. Who can do this one in their head? So Tori? So I get 12y squared. Just don't forget that you also end up with the dy dx. Forgetting the dy dx, in past years, that has been a significant problem. Okay? So work hard to not forget that. Somebody do it? 2 points, 3 for Tori. This would just be plus 0, so not a whole lot there. Anyone need me to talk about any of that? Awesome. So we keep going. Let's see, we have 4 equals. This is just going to be negative 6x. Negative 6x multiplied by y will be negative 6 multiplied by x multiplied by y. We need to talk through that differently. Or again. Cool. So plus. Now we can abbreviate. And also abbreviate here as well. Question? Awesome. So, let's see now. we need to, we're going to move this over here. So we go 4 plus 6xy equals negative 3x squared y prime factor out the y prime. Anybody need to talk through anything again? Please.
Sorry, could you factor out like a negative or do you just want us to just factor out the y?
Everybody look up. Please raise your hand if you can answer this. The question is it possible to, in addition to factoring the y prime, can we also factor a negative 3? Hands up if you know the answer to that. Show your hand. You can answer whether or not it's legal to also factor a negative 3. Hand? How many know whether that's legal or not? So your vote, Dawson?
No, because you're trying to get y prime alone. Taking out the 3, you wouldn't do that.
Really good answer. It is legal to factor it out. Absolutely. No problem at all, because it's one of the common factors. But it's true. We're trying to get the y prime alone, so we just don't want to. How many knew it? 2 points. 3 for Dawson. 3 for Elena. Follow-up question? We're good? Okay. Now divide it over. So 4 plus 6xy. You should yell back except for 0. Never mind. He said anything to the 0 is 1, and it's an except for. I think that's under. I don't know what that is. Attempt to draw Mickey Mouse. Questions here? Please, Mike.
So now that the y prime is isolated, would you want to factor out that negative 3 just because it's similar, or do that?
Really good question. 2 points. On the AP test, written section, no, stop. Like, you don't want to go further. Somebody yesterday said it was like when you're carefully cutting your fingernails. If you go too far, it's worse than having not cut them at all. It's that analogy. I don't know why I brought that up. Look, somehow it felt like it was going to help. Maybe it does help. I don't know. On the written section, you stop it. Don't go any further. On the multiple choice section, whether they factor or not will just vary. So I would stop here. I would look at the multiple choice answers and try to determine, oh yeah, I've got it, or oh, I've got to do something else. That's all. Shoot for my other question. Okay, hands up, please. I would like to divide the 6 by the 12. So this would become 1 over 2. And the y by the y squared, so this would become just a y on the bottom. Please raise your hand if you can tell me if that's legal or not. And so I would like to take the 6, divide by the 12, and also divide the y's. And don't pay yourself if you're not raising your hand. It's how I kind of judge how you're doing. Plus, I really want you to get more comfortable raising your hand. So, legal or not legal, Howard?
No, because the top is factor.
Genius. Been waiting for 12 years for somebody to say that. Most people will say not, but they say why, and they're like, oh, no, don't. You remember it perfectly. The top must be factored, the bottom must be factored, and then we can divide factors. But the top is not factored, nor is the bottom. How many knew it? 2 points. Okay. Question? Awesome. Okay, stop that.